Let's do it.
Why ride on the road when you can ride stuff like this?
It's a world where fast is best and danger a must. It's the spills and skills that make mountain bike riding the sport for the 90s.
Anything.
Down a sheer slope or take you up a mountain pass, the mountain bike is the must-have action sports vehicle of the 1990s. At the elite level, enthusiasts take their life in their hands to show us just how far and how fast you can go on two wheels. Janet Gibson visited the recent Australian Mountain Bike Championships to see how it's done by the sport's best and bravest.
What is there left to do when you're young and fit, with a total disrespect for safety, security and authority?
Yeah, I really like going fast. I like going through corners fast. When you're really cornering and the bike's drifting and sliding, sort of flying over rocks and things. I really enjoy that.
Currently ranked third in the world, Michael Ronning is one of the hot ones in a sport that is itself scorching.
I think just having a mountain bike, you can be riding along and you'll see a trail off the side of the road and you'll just, okay, and just jump the gutter and you're off sort of exploring through the bush.
Here goes Lucy Tyler-Sharman, the French girl.
While Australians have excelled in traditional cycle sports, road racing, huge in Europe, has failed to capture our imagination in the way mountain bikes have in the short 15 years since they exploded onto the scene. Wide, chunky wheels make for a safer, easier ride. Australia's wealth of bushland and relatively small population provide the perfect conditions. The result? A revolution in the way we think about bicycles.
At this level, mountain biking is a sport best suited to the fit, the ferocious, and the exceedingly well-balanced. But the market for mountain bikes is much broader than that. And the marketplace is in fact where the fiercest competition is, because sales of mountain bikes are increasing by 50% annually.
This untamed group, with their disdain for normality and rules, are voracious consumers of hip new products. But they're really just the exotic end of a booming trade that last year saw 350,000 mountain bikes sold in Australia.
Mountain biking is just going to get bigger and bigger. Why ride on the road when you can ride stuff like this, you know? Like, road riding is boring to me. I'd fall asleep at the wheel.
Think about it. In a youthful world in which fast is best, thrills are essential, and danger's a plus, mountain biking is the perfect 90s sport.
There's a lot of sort of adrenaline-driven people out there and who just like having a good time and have a bit of a disrespect for their own safety and other people's safety, really.
The reason it attracts the crowd, they're here to see blood, basically. They want to see people get hurt. There's not many sports out there like tennis, you know, where people get hurt, you know. There's always a chance that every rider coming down the course could get hurt.
In reality, there's not a lot of blood, but at the recent national championships in Canberra, there was plenty of excitement. Riders competed in 3 separate events: skills, cross-country, and downhill.
Once the gun goes, you're off. You picture every corner, every rock, every bump. You know where you're going to go, where you've got to go, where not to go. You're breathing as hard as you can, your heart's racing.
Covering 4 kilometres of bush track in less than 5 minutes, the downhill is a test of precision, speed and guts. The perfect race for adrenaline junkies.
Basically all I think about is winning and I hate getting second, so So I just want to beat everyone who's here.
It's the sort of attitude that's made Michael Ronning mountain biking's poster boy and brought him lucrative endorsements.
Alright, it's a prototype Fisher downhill bike. They use a lot of sort of motorbike technology, which sort of is definitely coming into play now with downhilling. I mean, development costs could be worth, you know, like 20, 30 grand, really.
Ronning's $20,000 to $30,000 worth of hardware represents the Rolls-Royce end of the market. Average consumers spend about $400.
I guess anyone, if you've got the money, you can have a rad bike. You can have like the best bike that's here, but you may not be able to ride a bike.
Ready in the blue, riding attention.
Tailee Muxlow doesn't waste too much time worrying about who's got the best bike. She's way too cruisy for that.
Tailee's got to try and make that 3 seconds up.
Yeah, it's a cruisy sport. Like, sort of anyone can turn up with whatever they want. You know, who cares what anyone wears? It's whatever you turn up and ride in, that's cool. The dagger you are, it's cool. So, it's cruisy.
We're completely, utterly wrong. They put the women in without telling us.
But behind the laid-back attitude is a 25-year-old woman who's hell on wheels.
Tailee Muxlow and Vanessa Adams. And it's very close.
I was pedaling down one of the pretty hard parts of the track. And I thought, yeah, I can make up a bit of time here. So I just cranked, and I must have cranked too hard and hit a sort of bit of a hole, and it just threw me straight into a tree. Nothing you can do about it. So, it's not funny. I don't know where it come from. It just grew. It was just there. I don't know what they feed trees down here, but it was there, and it was big.
A Canberra jumping tree.
It was, jumped heaps far.
The amazing thing is you just get up and get back on the bike.
Well, you got to come back down anyway, so you might as well hop back on and go straight down and be hurt at the end.
Here comes Tailee. So Tailee, looking like medical assistance sort of pain. Please, medical assistance to the finish. She has abrasions over her legs.
I used to ride my bike to school during the week and race it on the weekend, and yeah, it's good like that.
Did you get to school fast?
No, actually, I took my time going to school. Fitness, obviously, strength, descending skills, and the mental to be able to go flat out for 2.5 hours. So yeah, that's the #1 thing.
Mental ability isn't something that Cadel Evans lacks. A month ago, it propelled him to the #1 position in the world.
I was first so surprised, and you know, like I say, I'm still coming to terms with it because you work so hard for so long, and then when it actually happens, it's fantastic.
And here is Cadel Evans in 8th place.
Cross country is the only mountain bike event that's included in the Olympics. And even 3 years out, Cadel's training program is geared towards Sydney.
There goes Cadel through shot.
After my results this year, I do really rate myself a chance in Sydney. I was a bit doubtful before, but now I'm not.
Defending his national title in Canberra, Cadel showed what cross-country racing is all about. Endurance. We're talking about 50 kilometres of hot, dusty, sweaty, dirty, bumpy, thankless torture. And if you get a flat, you fix it yourself.
I came here today, I felt good, and everyone just cheered me on today. It was a fantastic feeling, and thank you all for coming. I had a great day.
How the legs feel?
Pretty good, thanks, pretty good.
The day Mum and Dad put me on a bike was the best thing they did. Yeah.
And what age was that?
2 years old.
How did you go?
Good. Dad put training wheels on and I said, don't want them, Dad, take them off. And he did, and off I went, straight across the garden, and that was it. Right at the picnic tables, over the chairs, up and down stairs. Anything that looks rideable, I try. And if I can't, I keep doing it until I can.
Mountain bikes aren't just for riding fast downhill or hard across country. Certainly not in the hands of mountain bike magician Bruce Hanley, who's put 20 years into making a bike do everything gravity doesn't want it to.
The rest of the world, it's huge. Like trials overseas is really big. You can make a living out of it basically, no worries. But in Australia, 50% of people here that go to the races don't even know what it is.
It is skills trials, testing the rider's technical ability to get the most out of two wheels.
I always think, oh God, I've got a job to go back to, 5 days a week, and if I break an arm, I won't be able to do it, and the boss will kill me, but you got to live too.
Do you think you're ever going to grow out of riding bikes?
No, never.
Extreme for less than $15. There's save 20%.
California's Mammoth Mountain, where the best cyclists in the world gather to compete in a downhill course called the Bullet. Action TV was there to find out why bikers say the Bullet is armed and dangerous. Mammoth Mountain. It's a skier's paradise in winter, but in summer it can be a mountain biker's private nightmare. Since 1985, the best mountain bikers in the world have come here to take on the Kamikaze, a 3.5-mile dirt path that can spit out cyclists at speeds of up to 60 miles an hour. Radical wipeouts are a common sight on off-road courses like the Kamikaze.
Yeah, I'm ready. Moment of truth.
This year, there have been a few curves thrown in. Now called the Bullet, the course emphasizes skill more than speed. But don't let that fool you. The thrills, spills, and chills remain intact.
It's all single track. It's probably about a 45-mile-an-hour freeway section. Lots of bumps, lots of rocks. And the moto ruts are getting pretty deep, so it'll be interesting.
Jamal Brown helped design every twist and turn along the torturous 2-mile route. He says the Bullet has earned its name.
I believe it drops about almost 1,300 feet of vertical, so it's got a little bit of everything.
To prove his point, Jamal allowed Action TV to experience firsthand every hairpin turn, eye-popping drop-off and straightaway that makes the Bullet so unforgettable.
Jamal Brown. That's me.
But hang on, you're in for one heck of a bumpy ride.
2, 1, go! Thanks, bro.
So what do you think? Downhill racers we talk to say the Bullet was a shot they wouldn't have missed for the world.
You don't think about how extreme something is. You're just thinking about if you're going to hit that line and how you're going to hit it and how you're going to come off of it.
I just go out there and I crash, I wreck, and I learn from it, and I come out next time a little faster, a little better.
I hope I finish in the top 10. I had the chain come off once and I crashed twice, but nobody caught me coming down, so I feel pretty lucky.
Others were feeling anything but lucky.
Oh, that was a slammer. I don't even know how I do that.
The best riders say fear is a racer's worst enemy. One tip, stay loose.
I always said once you're stiff and you start fighting the bike, then you're done.
As technology improves, giving bikes more suspension for one thing, course designers are throwing in a few surprises of their own.
It's going to come to courses where, they're going to be almost impossible to make.
But if this year's Bullet is any indication, mountain bikers are more than ready to be just as extreme as anything thrown their way.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, it's definitely, you know, it's very rewarding.
Well, if you want to know how challenging the off-road course really is, you might want to ask one of the 97 contestants who never made it to the finish line. Coming up, he's the thriller on water ski.